Hello friends, how are you? How are you doing? Are you staying in self-isolation? As you can tell, this is my third time out in the world. I am on grocery duty today, so I have to go up in the Myers, which I'm not super thrilled about, because let me tell you something about Myers. I don't know if y'all have noticed this at y'all's Myers, but at my Myers, nobody fucking respects social distancing. Like, everybody be up there in their masks and their gloves, even though I feel like it's fucking pointless because you're coming right next to me, right here, right here. The gloves are not helping you, because I watch these people take their gloves and they got their gloves on, they're grabbing shit, they bag their shit. They go out to their car with the gloves on, and they get in their car and they touch their steering wheel. They touch all the things. So the gloves aren't really doing anything, because if something's on your gloves, you're spreading it everywhere. So, unless you are taking those gloves, or unless when you wear those gloves, when you put your groceries in your car, you leave them in your car for 3 hours, and then set them outside of your door and sanitize every single item of grocery that you bought before you bring it into your house, that is the only way those gloves are effective. Just saying, just throwing it out there. And then, like, I don't know if they feel like because they have gloves and masks on that they're like invincible or something, and they could stand right up your ass, because they can't. The main thing is to stay away from people within 6 feet of people, and people are just like right up your ass at the Myers. So I'm hoping it's dead today. Why is it so busy out on a Monday? First of all, we are in a motherfucking global pandemic, people. Why you out driving around? They're probably doing the same shit I am. I always wonder that, like when I'm driving around, like, why are all these people out here? Probably for the same reason I am, getting their groceries and stuff. So I am on a ginormous grocery haul. I have to go get groceries for me, for my ma, and for my ma-in-law. So I have to get my shit, take it home. Well, I get my shit, her shit, take my shit home, then take Tim's mom's shit out to her, then take my mom's shit out to her. So it's a busy day today, girl. I was wanting to work outside and maybe pull some bulbs up out of my landscaping, but I got moms that need to eat. Although I feel like, why am I even taking my mom groceries at this point? Because my mom went and got a job at the Walmart, and I'm like, dude, why are you going into Walmart? Oh my God, freaking out. Because this entire time I have been like trying to keep her isolated and keep her away from people, because my mom has a heart condition, my mom has COPD, like the fucking corona will take her out, okay? And I get it, I know why, because she can't live, because she was denied unemployment. My mom gets Social Security every month, but she was denied unemployment because she does not make $296 a week. You, in order to get unemployment, evidently, you have to make $296 a week. What the fuck happened to all these, like, bills and whatever that the governor passed, saying that there was no waiting period, anybody could get on unemployment, there were no stipulations anymore, even if you didn't make, like, a bunch of money, even if you work part-time, even if, because people still gotta fucking live, you know? And she's like, what am I supposed to do? I have to fucking live. The place that I work at is closed down indefinitely. And I'm gonna go ahead and say that they're probably not opening back up, because my mom works at this tiny little primitive shop in the mall, and it is locally owned, and, well, not locally, they live in like Beaver Creek or somewhere around Dayton. They have another store in Dayton, and they have this store here, and they make probably $200 a week if they're lucky. I mean, honestly, like, the amount of money they make at this store, I don't even know how it covers their rent at the mall. It probably doesn't. But he had told my mom that they had only had a year left on their lease, and if the store didn't start picking up, that once their lease was done, they were going to be done. So I feel like with all this going on, they're probably going to use that to, like, keep the store closed. So she ain't going back, and she is making more at Walmart anyways, but then at the same time, they're like just hiring her for temporary help. So they're hiring all these temporary people so that way their own employees can take I don't know, it's fucked up, dude, it's fucked up. But she is making $3 more an hour. I was like, talked to her today, and I said, you need to start wearing a fucking mask to work, because that them not providing it for you, period, is bullshit, A. She said they were providing it tomorrow, but they should have been providing it for the entire duration there. And then she said she's freaking out because she saw some dude like eating his lunch with his fucking gloves on. This dude had rubber gloves on and a mask, okay? And he was eating his lunch under his mask with his fucking gloves on. And then she said he had like pulled something apart or something like that and put it in his mouth or something like that with his fucking gloves on. With his gloves on. Like, bro. Really? Use some common sense. What is wrong with people? Seriously, seriously. Ugh. The world is a weird ass fucking place right now, y'all. I've just tried to stay positive and be very grateful for the fact that A, Tim is still working, thank God. And B, I'm gonna swing back around and park there because this bitch is like all up in my parking spot with her groceries. A, that Tim is still working, that his employees are still able to work, because like I've told you guys before, he is there. I had a couple of you guys ask in my last vlog, Quarantine Chronicles, in my last one, about Tim still working. Tim owns a painting business, and they work primarily with hospitals, nursing homes, sometimes hotels, but the schools, the majority of their work is hospitals and stuff, and they do some residential but not really. So they are still working because they are building a hospital in Marysville, like a really big hospital, and they're trying to get it open as soon as they can. So because of that, his guys are still working because they're considered construction. They're also building a school that they're trying to get up. They are building I think there's a nursing home or something somewhere that they're trying to get up. So they're honestly like busier than ever because there is such an urgency to get these hospitals and nursing homes and stuff like that up. He's actually very busy. So he's not forcing his guys to work. He told all of his guys if anybody doesn't feel comfortable working, they don't have to. But they would rather work, obviously. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful for, I feel like, let me look at the positive side. Look at all the money we're saving, because we are like some traveling ass motherfuckers. We're always like going here, doing this, going there. Like every weekend we're bouncing around. Not so much as of late, but like since we got our house, but we still, like, we go to Columbus, Cincinnati, Chicago. Like, we just bounce around and do things because there ain't shit to do where we're from. So I'm like, look at all this money we're saving. That's a positive, right? Plus Tim's still working and we're saving money. It's a positive. I'm just trying to think positive, girl, in this time of a global pandemic. Okay. Pray for me, girl. Send me good vibes. I'm about to walk up in this cesspool of germs. And you know, Funky Myers does not even like sanitize their carts or anything. Oh, also, just an FYI, for those of you who cannot find hand sanitizer, there is a product, and I found it at my Myers. It's probably at Myers. I'm sure they carry it at Walmart, by Glad, called Clean and Go. And it looks like this here. I do have the package. Oh, do I? Do I got the package? There's another bottle. Do I have it? Oh, shit. No, I don't. I just got the little plastic thing to it. I thought I had the package somewhere around here. I guess I don't. But anyways, it comes in like, oh, god damn it, I dropped it. Hold on. It comes in this little 2-pack. Looking like a this right here. There's one here, one at the top. And you get like a little thing. Essentially what it is a fucking hand sanitizer, but it's in the pet section, okay? And it's by Glad, and it's called Clean and Go Sanitizing Spray Refills. And what it's for is the unit or whatever that you buy is this little thing that you hook on to your whatever you hook your little poop bags. You know, like your little dog poop bags, they come with like a little hook, you carry them around with you. That's what this is. It is designed to sanitize your hands after you pick up your dog's poop. So it's actually hand sanitizer, and it kills 99.9% of germs, and people don't realize that it's hand sanitizer because A, it's in the pet section, and B, it's just called Glad Clean and Go. Like, it says nothing on the front of it about it being hand sanitizer, but it does say sanitizing spray refills. It looks like this right here. I'm not gonna lie, it's expensive. It's $5 for 2 refills, but I mean, if you can't find hand sanitizer or alcohol or anything anywhere, like, what the fuck, why not, right? Thank you. See, this dude's got gloves. He just got in his car, touched his fucking seatbelt, touched his steering wheel, did not sanitize his hands, but he's gonna wear these gloves, and whatever's on those gloves is gonna get all over his car. See what I'm saying? Y'all ain't even doing this shit right. Anyways, and now I'm freaking out because I just read on the CDC website that it says everybody should be wearing masks. So I'm like, should I fucking wear a mask or should I not wear a mask? Because at first, the director of the CDC said it was pointless to wear a mask, that the only people should be wearing masks are people who are sick, so they are not expelling those germs out into the air. And now he's saying everybody should wear a mask. So I'm like, what the fuck? What am I gonna do? What am I supposed to do? Make up your mind. What am I supposed to do? Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna go up in here, and then when I get back, we'll talk about so crazy shit how went down. So crazy shit how went down. Okay, I'll be right back. Somebody's right beside me. They're making me feel awkward. Okay, I'll see you when I get back. Bitch, that was scary, ridiculous. Again, just like I was bitching about before I got in the car. People do not understand the concept of social distancing. Like, all these aisles are like crowded with fucking people just standing right beside each other, and I'm like, before I go down the aisle, I avoid that aisle. Like, if there's a bunch of people in the aisle, I don't go down there, that aisle, I avoid it. But good news is, I did find this is what it looks like, and it's hand sanitizer. Something just fell. I think it was my phone, and I just got a text message. All set. We in it now. But this is what it looks like though. So you can screenshot that. And then it's got 2 refills. Yes, it's expensive. It's $5. But, oh, god damn it. Of course there's somebody behind me. This is a mess, girl. It's a mess. A whole ass mess. Let me get my phone. But, if you are somebody that has no means of getting hand sanitizer, then it is like, that's all you got, you know what I mean? So as shitty as it is, it's worth paying the $5 for, because it's 2 bottles of hand sanitizer that on the very minuscule occasions that you may or may not go out, you can sanitize yourself, you know what I mean? Because I have 2, I had went to Myers and I bought 2 big bottles of 70% isopropyl alcohol, because that's all they had. Which, by the way, just to let you, I sanitized my hands before I got in the truck. BT dubs. By the way, 70% isopropyl alcohol. If you are sanitizing your hands with alcohol or whatever, I totally thought that was Tim, and it was like an Amish guy. It has to be at least 70% to be effective. It's like really dark. Why is it so dark? There we go. It's got to be at 70% to be effective. So I saw somebody on Pinterest, this lady pinned this thing where she had, and by the way, if you are making your own hand sanitizer and you're diluting it with aloe vera gel, because I know there's like recipes out there where you can make sanitizer with aloe gel and isopropyl alcohol. If you are doing that, you have to have 90% isopropyl alcohol. Otherwise, you will dilute that. It dilutes it by 20 or 30% when you mix it with aloe. And this is like straight from the CDC website. It dilutes it like 20 or 30% when you mix it with aloe. So if you are making hand sanitizer and you are using 70% isopropyl alcohol and you're making hand sanitizer, that sanitizer is not going to be effective. And there was some lady on Pinterest who had created a pin, or whatever the fuck you call it on Pinterest, where she's like, make your own hand sanitizer, DIY, and she used 70% and then mixed it. That dilutes it too much. It's not going to be effective. Anything below 70% is only effective for mild germs. It is not effective for viruses and things like that. So just an FYI to all y'all, in case y'all had come across that pin or any other pins, it's got to be 90. I went to the store and I bought 2 bottles of 70% alcohol because that's all they had left, and then I got these 2 spray bottles of 50. Well, now come to find out, it's like pointless. They're not effective. So because I was going to take the spray bottles with me and like spray my carts and, you know, stuff like that when I went to Meijer's, because Meijer's don't fucking do shit. I think this is the last time I'm going to Meijer's to get groceries, because they don't do nothing. They don't spray their carts off. They don't do anything. Like, they don't make people stand far away from each other. They got little fucking tapes on the floor and shit like that, but they really do not enforce the 6 feet distancing. I was checking out and something had like scanned wrong or something like that, and the lady comes like right up to me, like right here. And I'm like backing off, like, bitch, 6 feet. What the fuck, yo? You ain't got to be that close to me, girl. Do you not know what social distancing means? She had no mask or nothing like that on. Like, I don't know you, girl. This sucks. That's what we have to be like, but it is. It's better safe than sorry, I guess. So, the story I was going to tell you, my nephew is in prison, and he's got 2 years left, and he was in New York. When he was in prison, he was in New York, and I'll go into later. I'm almost home now. This is a long story. So when I leave to go take my mother-in-law's groceries to her, I will tell you guys the story of how he ended up in prison and like everything. Because they are like releasing inmates from jail from this specific. I'll tell you the story later because it's like a big long ass story. But anyway. Better safe than sorry, right? But Meijer's does not enforce any type of social distancing other than that fucking tape they put on the floor. Like, my mom told me that Walmart is like blocking their aisles off. They're only letting a certain number of people in the aisles. They are only letting a certain number of people in the store at once. Like, they're really enforcing it. And she said that I don't think it was Meijer's, but Chiefs, like, before they bring their carts inside, they are like taking whatever it is and like spraying their carts off, you know, like what people use for to like spray for bugs or whatever. They're taking those and like spraying their carts off before they take them inside the store, which is what Meijer's should be fucking doing, and they're not. Like, it's fucked up. How fast are you people walking? Because I'm about to turn the corner. My camera's probably gonna fall. Nope, didn't fall. Good. But that's what Meijer should be doing, and they're not. They're not taking like any safety measures to stop the spread or whatever, you know? It's bumpy right here. Hold on. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Hold on. It's my driveway. Anyway, so I'm gonna run in and take my groceries in, and I'm gonna take my mother-in-law's groceries out to her, my mom's groceries out to her. So, when I run out there, then I will tell you guys the story of my nephew, how he went to prison, and the whole shebang, girl, the whole shebang. Okay, I will BRB beach. Hello, oh hey, it's me, I'm back. I'm like out in BFE because I had to take Tim's mom's groceries to her. Let me put my sunroof up because it's probably really loud and I doubt you can hear me. Anyways, had to take Tim's mom's groceries to her, and I was going to talk to you guys on the way there, but I made the mistake of taking little wieners with me, and it takes her a minute to get settled in the car before she realizes that she's not allowed to sit on my lap, that she's got to sit in her own little seat. So anyways, now, where was I? What was I saying? Oh yes. So here's the deal. About 5 or 6 years ago, and I don't think I've ever told you guys this, about 5 or 6 years ago, my nephew went to prison. He went to prison because he was basically like a pimp. like, he was only 17 when he started. He did not have the greatest, like, upbringing. He was bounced from house to house to house because my sister did not want him because he had ADHD. And at the time, you know, this is back in, like, you know, late 90s, I'm pretty sure. Let me think how old they are. Yeah, back in like the late 90s, mid to late 90s, and ADHD was like not a thing. And the only way that they knew to medicate it was like with Prozac, and he had been put on Prozac and a bunch of different medications, and nothing worked. When he was like 6 years old, he like threatened to kill himself with a knife because the Prozac just had him so fucked up. So, my sister just couldn't handle it and like bounced him. We raised him, and then after my dad died, my aunt and uncle raised him because my mom was like in no state to raise him anymore. Sorry if my head's cut off, but it's like the only way that my camera will sit on up there, because my Sony camera was so much wider, so it was like a lot more balanced, and this one's like real thin, so it like teeters, you know. So sorry about it, girl. I'm in a country on a country roads, and they all bouncy and bumpy, and my head's cut off. Anyways, oh, because my phone's sitting behind it, that's why my head's cut off, duh, because my phone's sitting behind it, because I don't want it to fall backwards, because that's what it is. Anyhoozle, so he like got into some bad shit, and it basically was like a pimp and like prostituting girls. He never made anybody do anything against their will. He wasn't mean to like any of the girls. He essentially would find ways for them to sell themselves or whatever, and he like knew the connections or knew the people how to do it. He used to promote them on Backpage.com. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but he used to promote them on there, which, you know, nobody was doing anything against their will. He wasn't like beating them. He wasn't mean to them or anything. All he did was like take a percentage of their money. That was like literally it. And it's like legal in certain places and like certain states, you know what I mean? That's not the road that I want. It's like legal in certain states, but he had gotten busted doing that because his dad was doing that, which his dad has been like in and out of his life his entire life, barely. So his dad had gotten busted, and his dad is a raging piece of shit, and basically when they busted him, told him like, well, my son's doing this too, and like gave him all of his information. What kind of a fucking piece of shit does that? You know what I mean? That's his dad. So anyway, he went to prison for it, and the reason why he went so long is because at the time, the prosecutor in Columbus, because it happened in Ohio, the prosecutor in Columbus was on this huge, it was like an election year, and he was on this huge human trafficking thing. He was not trafficking humans. He was not trafficking girls. Everybody was doing everything at their own will. There were even girls that went to court and testified that he did not force them to do anything, that they did that on their own accord. Like, they went to court and fucking testified that. This is driving me nuts that it's so dark. Maybe if I turn it a little, that helped a little. But, you know, there were girls that testified that, is this the road that I want? No, it's not. Where the fuck is this road? Am I too far? I think I went too far. God damn it. I don't think the road I wanted like comes out this far. Anyways, who cares? Whatevs. As I was saying, there were girls that testified that he did not force them, that they did it on their own accord, whatever, whatever. But because that prosecutor was like, oh dude, look at this house. I love this house so much. It is, are you gonna be able to see it? Probably fucking not. It is the cutest house. You don't see houses like this around our area. Can you see it? Look how fucking cute that house is. I love that wood. I love that house. I love it so much. Oh my God. If I were to build a house, it would look just like that. Faux show, faux show. Anyways, let me back this up a little bit more. There we go. where was I going with that? What was I saying? Oh, yes. But because that prosecutor was dead set on making an example out of him, because at the time, this was, you know, 4, 5, 6 years ago when human trafficking had just started to like become really well known and whatever else, and he basically wanted to make an example of him. So the attorney that my nephew had was like, if you take this to trial, he will drag your name through the dirt, he will drag your family's name through the dirt, because he is hell-bent on making an example out of you. And he said, I'm honestly, like, you might as well just plead out, because if we take this to trial, God knows what'll happen. Like, he will drag you and your family's name through the dirt, like in the media and whatever else. And it was already in the media pretty bad. So he ended up pleading out, and he got 8 fucking years for doing something that's legal in some states, not forcing anybody against their will, and he you know, got a sex crime and got charged with human trafficking. I'm not saying it's right, but I don't think he should have went to fucking jail for 8 years over something that is legal in other places. So it's not like he was beating them or doing anything bad. His dad, on the other hand, was like drugging girls. He was forcing them against their will. He was not doing that. My nephew was not doing that. So, anyways, because to be honest with you guys, like, we were in contact with some of the people, or some of the girls that he, that he, helped out, or what, I don't know. I really don't know, like, the proper terminology to use in that circumstance. But anyways, so regardless, that is how he got into jail. And he realizes that, he's like serving his time, whatever. Do I think he should have gotten 8 years? Absolutely not. But he did. When they first sent him to jail, because that prosecutor was such an asshole, he made it to where he could not be jailed in an Ohio facility, because he wanted him out of Ohio. So they ended up sending him to New York, which is like 14 or 15 hours away from everybody he knows, his entire family. So he sent him to this federal prison in New York, because he's on a federal level. So he is in a federal prison. Finally, about, I would say a month and a half ago, he found a program that he was able to get into, that they have at Elkton Prison in Ohio, and he was able to get to Ohio. So we were all excited. We're like, oh yeah, he's coming home, because we've never even, in 5 years, we've never even like been able to visit him, because it's so far away and it's kind of like out there, and we didn't really like have the means to visit him or anything like that. I send him money all the time and send him stuff all the time, but we just weren't able to visit him. So he finally gets to Ohio, and we're like, fuck yeah, we're gonna be able to go see him and whatever else. And then all this shit with, y'all know, the Maloma Pyrus happens. And the specific place that he is at, which is Elkton in Ohio, it's like the only federal prison in Ohio. The specific place that he's at, a guy smuggled in a cell phone and took a video of their like living conditions there. And already from the news, like in the news, it was in the media that already 2 people had died from Maloma Pyrus in that specific prison. Here's the road that I fucking want. Yeah, I went way too fucking far out of my way. It was already in the news that 2 people had died from Maloma Pyrus in that prison because of, my camera. Sorry. See, this is what happens. I even got my phone behind it and it still happened. Anyways, 2 people died in that prison. He called me yesterday. Well, oh, let me back it up. I got too much shit in my mind. I'm like trying to figure out where I'm going. I'm making sure my dog ain't getting it up crazy, and I'm trying to drive, which I know isn't the safest thing in the world, but it is what it is. So anyway, 2 people died in there. This guy smuggled in a phone. He took a video of him who was well. This guy was well. He said that there's some kind of whatever care act or something like that, that the governor in Ohio had put out, releasing inmates with like non-violent charges, like lower charges, whatever, to get them out of the prison so they could go home and self-isolate. Now, this video went viral. So now, which that guy had got denied that. There was that act that went across. That guy said, you know, he wasn't sick or anything, and he tried to get that act to like get out because he just had a small drug charge. Not my nephew, just some random guy who had smuggled in the cell phone and videotaped himself. So he said he had a low drug charge. He tried to get out on that act. They wouldn't let him out on that act. So then he smuggled this cell phone in and showed the living conditions, which included a tent that they had put in the basketball court to put dead bodies in. He said that everybody in there was like super, super sick, and that 4 or 5 more people had died. The living conditions were really bad, that everybody was sick and whatever else. So my nephew calls me yesterday, and apparently they put the word out through the prison that because of this video, and that video went viral, that because of this video, the governor is now releasing all these inmates with lower charges. I'm assuming inmates with non-violent offenses. I don't think he's going to get out because he's a sexual offender, so I don't think that they're going to let him out. Because even that guy on the video or whatever, when he was filming the video, said that whatever act it was, that people with like non-violent crimes, he said everybody should be able to get released other than people with non-violent crimes, sex offenders, and whatever. And my nephew is deemed a sex offender. He's on the lowest tier, but at the same time, like, he's still a sex offender. They're not going to let him out. But, you know, being in jail, you got to have something to hope for. So he calls me yesterday and says, just in case, you know, and he's been sick for like a week or 2, but he's a very strong, healthy, young guy. He said, just in case, I want everybody to be prepared if I get out, if, you know, I call you, is somebody going to be able to come and get me? Am I going to have a place to go? Whatever. So I'm like, you know, we will come get you if need be. We'll pick you up or whatever, and you have a place to stay at grandma's house, at my mom's house. But then I was telling Tim about it, and Tim's like, he can't go to your mom's if he's sick. Like, he can't get your mom sick. And I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even freaking think of that. So if he does happen to get out, we're gonna have to get him a hotel room until he's like well and better, I guess. I don't know. It's crazy, girl. It's crazy. This freaking Maloma Pyrus be crazy up in here. So they're releasing inmates from the jail just to get them out of there. He said that one of the CEOs came up last night and was like, everybody needs to pack your shit and be ready. If I come up in here at 3 o'clock in the morning and call your name, you know what it is. You're leaving. And he said that they're just like kicking people out, like just to get them out of there. Like the sick people now, not the well people, but the sick people, just to get them out of the jail. So you think about it, somebody's got Maloma Pyrus in the jail with all that recycled air, and it lives in the air, then what the fuck? It's just gonna keep like floating through there, you know what I mean? Because it's all recycled air. There's no fresh air in there. So that is, I heard this guy from the CDC say that that is one of the worst places to contract that virus. Would be a prison system, because it's all nothing but recycled air. So it ain't good, girl. Hopefully, I would love for him to get out, but I just don't think, I just hope he doesn't get his hopes up, because I just don't see it happening just because he's a sex offender, which he's not a sex offender, but you know what I mean? They deemed him as a sex offender after all that stupid shit. Anyways, I'm at my mom's now. I'm gonna take her groceries in because I've had them forever and I got chicken in here. So I will see you guys when I leave. Carol fucking baskets. Killed her husband. Whacked him? Is that how it goes? I don't know. Apparently it's like this big thing. I never would have known about it had Shane Dawson not Instagram storied Rylan doing it. Hello, hello, hello. It is. I was just gonna say the next day. That's a lie from the pit of hell. It is not the next day, not the day after that. But yes, my friends, the day after that. I don't know what happened. What happened when I was vlogging? Because I was like, going to finish after, I don't even know what I was talking about. Like, I haven't went and looked over the footage. I just wanted to close this vlog out, but I don't know what the hell I was talking about or what I was doing. Oh, you know what happened. Hoyt was not feeling very well for a couple of days. And when I got home that night, he had diarrhea pooped everywhere. And it was just a mess, girl. There was diarrhea poop everywhere. And then something else had happened. I don't really remember what. But regardless, he's okay now. I think what happened was, so, Jesus Christ, what's today? Friday? Is today Friday? Is it Friday? I think today's Friday. Monday, possibly, Sunday. Whatever day it was, we grilled out and Tim made ribs. And I always give rib bones to the dogs. Like, who doesn't give their rib bones to their dogs, right? Because they like to chew on them and stuff. And my mom was here and Minnie was here. So I gave rib bones, little Tink Tink, gave rib bones to Hoyt, gave rib bones to Stubby and Tina. Tina did not like physically ingest hers. She just kind of chewed on them a little and then took them back to her condo and then came back. Excuse me. Hold on, they're eating Tina. No. Tina went with Dad today. Little Carol Baskins. We've been calling her Carol Baskins because she's been rowdy lately. She's been a little bitch. Anyway, don't eat your sister's food. Thank you. She went with Tim because he wanted to take her out to his mom's. He had to go. He's got guys out there painting and like getting her house ready to sell. Anyways. What was I talking about? But for real, oh yeah, the rib bones. So, give them to the dogs. The next day, Stubby throws up, Hoyt throws up. Aiden comes and wakes me up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and comes and knocks on the door and went, well, it wasn't 1 o'clock in the morning, it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, that's what it was. Comes and knocks on the door and is like, guys. He always does that when he comes in, like in the middle of the night, if something's wrong. He's like, guys. I was like, yeah, what's wrong? He's like, Hoyt has diarrhea poop and he pooped all over my room. I was like, oh, cool, great. That's exactly what I want to do at 5 o'clock in the morning is clean up diarrhea dog shit all over my son's white fucking carpet. Yeah, white carpet, yep. So that took about 2 hours. And then he just from that point on is like puking, shitting. We got him some medicine and I knew that's what it was because when he was throwing up like little pieces of the rib bone. It just did not agree with his stomach. This happens to him all the time. He has a really sensitive stomach and sometimes the things he eats just don't agree with him. So they make him puke, they make him throw up. So it's pointless for me to take him to the vet because I know that's what it is and it usually clears up in like a day. Just FYI for those of you who are like, why didn't you take your dog to the vet? That's why. I know my children. Thanks. Anyway, so for the next couple of days it was like puke and shit and it got to the point where I was like, okay, all the rugs are, and he would do it on my rugs and then so I went through and I cleaned my rugs and I've already taken, you know, like our big white rug. I already took that out and replaced it with 2 other rugs. I'm trying to do this like rug layering thing that I've been seeing up on the gram and, you know, up on the design people's websites and stuff. So I'm trying to do this rug layering thing and he puked on them, puked on one, shit on the other. So I had to wash them and it was like literally within minutes of me putting those clean rugs down, he shit on both rugs because they're layered rugs. So he shit walk across both rugs, which was awesome. So at that point, I was like, okay, all the rugs are coming up until he's better because I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. Stubby was throwing up. I don't know what the deal was with those rib bones, but my dogs, it did not agree with them. My mom said Ting Ting was fine. She was fine. She's like, Minnie didn't throw up, Minnie didn't get sick. And I'm like, you feed Minnie weird shit all the time, that's why. My dogs have sensitive stomachs, okay? Anyways, so, it's fucking Friday, and I'm pretty sure I started this vlog on like Tuesday. It's getting serious up in here, up in the fucking house of quarantine. So, I just wanted to end this vlog out and because I think I'm gonna start another vlog today. I gotta let my battery charge. I look like a bag of dicks because I am about to go out in my garage and work. I have decided that I'm so crazy. It's just like, there's something wrong with my brain. I'm pretty sure, because I just get on these things and like, it's like I can't do one thing for too long, you know what I mean? Which again is like filming and stuff like that. Like if I do something for too long, it's like fucked up. If dad and Tina might be home. Anyways, so yeah, they're home. I'll be early. Oh hey, it's me, I'm back. Don't worry, I ain't got the Rona. So what I was trying to say is I always bounce from thing to thing to thing to thing, and I have just out of nowhere decided to build furniture for my back patio. What am I, who am I? But I just come across this thing on Pinterest that you can build like this whole section on with only 2x4s and screws. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm doing that. The fuck else I got to do, right? So y'all know I'm always like, oh my god, my house, I gotta clean my house, gotta clean my house, gotta clean my house, like to a borderline OCD extent. But let me show you, this is why. So I went one fucking day without sweeping. One day, just one day without sweeping. Granted, I did take the Swiffer under the couch, which I only do like, I'm gonna be real honest, not fucking really often, because you can't see under there anyway. I did take it under the couch, and it is, I need to like learn my angles here much better. Now you can't see the double C. And it is transitioning into spring, meaning all my dogs are losing their winter coats. But let me show you, dude, one day without Swiffering, without running the Dyson. Look, this is gross and astonishing at the same time. Check it out. This is what happens when I go one day without sweeping. Do you notice that the majority of it is little white furs? And now, Hoyt just sheds like a motherfucker. But I was trying to ration, I need some good lighting, there we go. I was trying to ration his medication out, but I got new medication. So now he's back up. I think I'm gonna do 2 a day of his pills, 2 a day for maybe like a week or so, and then I'll dial him back down. But because I was giving him half one a day or one every other day, he started shedding real bad again, and that is the result of that. Anyway, so I had decided that I wanted to go build this furniture today, aka, as I was saying earlier, that's why I look like a bag of dicks, because I got my work clothes on. But then I was like, I need to sweep him up. And Tim was like, I'm gonna go play video games. And I was like, ooh, could you take the dogs in there with you? My mom keeps texting me. Hello, Mom. Could you take the dogs in there with you so I could like sweep them up real quick? Because I was about to do it when they were gone, but then they had come home. You know what I mean? Also, Tim just informed me that we are gonna drive to Chick-fil-A tonight for supper and do, obviously, you know, takeout. So we're gonna go get Chick-fil-A because we've been eating home all week long, and just to go for a drive to like get out of the house, take his mom for a drive because we're gonna take her with us because she has not been out of her house in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It's been since she's even left the house, period. So, which is how we want it, which my mom would do the same. I know she's gonna work, but come on, Mom, keep yourself safe. I'm trying to talk her into, did I mention earlier? I don't know if I mentioned earlier. this whole thing with unemployment and stuff like that. Did I talk about that in this vlog? I can't fucking remember. I don't know like what I even vlogged. I really don't. But anyway, if I said this earlier in the vlog, so sorry. So sorry. Don't come at me, B. Carol Baskins. Don't you do it, Carol Baskins. Anyways, this whole thing with unemployment, they would not give my mom unemployment because she doesn't make 200 and whatever dollars, $265 or 27, whatever the fuck it was, a week. Do you know how much money that is for a part-time person to make 260 whatever dollars a week? Hello, what part? There's full-time motherfuckers I know that don't make that much a week. You know what I mean? Like, that's a lot. That seems, what happened to the governor passing all this shit about unemployment not being delayed a week, not having any type of stipulation on it as far as like part-time, full-time, whatever, you're supposed to be able to get it. So we shall see, girl. And she just can't afford to live off of just Social Security and nothing else. So I was like, dude, file for unemployment, because, you know, obviously she works at like a small locally owned shop in the mall. And I think I said all this stuff. I really do. I really think I said all this. Did I say all this? I feel like I did. I'm sure some of you guys sitting there like, yeah, I bet you did. We done heard it. I'm just gonna cut it off. She got a job at Walmart. I'm not happy about it, but I understand why, because she's gotta live. She's gotta pay her bills and shit. So, and she's making a lot more money there. I was like, just be fucking safe. Wear a mask to work. The glove thing is like, for me, I feel like gloves are pointless. Y'all already heard earlier, I believe. I think at this, I was vlogging when I went to the store, Poussable. Y'all already heard my stitch on the glove thing. Like, don't fucking wear gloves out unless you're really gonna, you know, be meticulous about it and not wear gloves and touch everything in the store and then get in your car. I mean, what's the point, right? So, I was like, just wear a mask, wear a mask. She's like, they gave us masks at work now, so that's good. Anyways, I'm gonna get off here and mop my floor. I think I'm just gonna extend this vlog, as I was saying earlier, because Tim said we going to Chick-fil-A tonight. Gonna go pick Carol Baskins up and go to Chick-fil-A. Who's this? Sounds like a broski. So I will hop back on later and piece you guys out, okay? I was gonna start another vlog today, but if we're going to Chick-fil-A, maybe I will in my garage. I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see. Okay, I'll talk to you in a little bit. Oh, hey, it's me. I'm back. It's me and I'm back. So obviously I did not finish that vlog. That was from Friday. And I just come on to piece you guys out. I have no clue if this is gonna see the light of day, because there's just so many things and stuff all over the place. There's like so many different clips from like so many different days. And I don't know what's going on anymore, you guys. I'm thinking about, rather than doing like an entire day vlog, because the thing is y'all know my family don't want to be in fucking vlogs, okay? They just don't, and I'm not gonna force them to, like some people do. Tim, he's just not comfortable being on camera. He don't want to be on camera, so it is what it is, right? I'm not gonna force him to. But the thing is because of everything that's going on right now, he is still working, as I've told you guys, but he doesn't have a lot to do. So Tim's day consists of setting up jobs, which I told you guys, you know, their jobs have dialed back a little bit. He's still working, if y'all don't know. Tim, my hubs, owns a painting business, and they are considered essential workers because they are part of the construction trade. There is 2 hospitals, a school, and a nursing home, I believe, being constructed right now, and they're like really pressed about getting the hospital up, obviously. So his day consists of setting up jobs, going and checking on the jobs, checking on the guys, seeing where they're at as far as like what stage they are in the job, how much they've got finished, whatever. And then going and bidding jobs. So obviously the setting up jobs is kind of out of the picture, because which he usually does from his office just by calls and whatever else. Bidding the jobs is kind of out of the picture because of everything that's going on. He can't go do that because of the distancing and everything. And going and checking on the jobs, he obviously can't do that because he does not want to go to a lot of different places and be around a lot of different people who are also around a lot of different people and then be around his mom. So he usually comes home like real early in the day now. He's usually home by like 10 or 11. The only reason, because right now it's like 11:14, the only reason he's not home right now is because it's a Monday and he's like getting everything that was backed up from last week and then started for this week or whatever. But because he doesn't want to be on camera and I feel like a fucking weirdo filming in front of him, I just do. Fuck off. Don't judge me. I just do, okay? I've not been filming or not been able to vlog. So what I think I'm gonna do from now on is do kind of like a Nicole Guerrero style vlog where she does like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatevs. Because I'm really not doing that much. Like, it's so fucking boring. I'm boring. I'm not doing anything, which is another reason why I really haven't been vlogging that much. Because, like, what am I going to vlog? Cleaning my fucking house, building things in my garage, watching fucking Netflix, Tiger King for the 3rd time. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that, okay? Although, just an FYI, if y'all are like as obsessed with Tiger King as I am, dude, go watch Joe Exotic TV. It's literally like, it's just like watching the documentary. Like, there's some crazy shit that goes down on there. Him talking to Carol fucking Baskins. I just watched one where he was like, I'm gonna go down to Florida and rip that bitch's hair out. Like, there's a lot that they left out of Netflix, the documentary. There's a lot they left out of that documentary that's on, I mean, hundreds of videos. He made his little like Joe Exotic TV or whatever. I mean, he did that for years. There's videos on there that are like 7 or 8 years old, all the way up till like just 3 or 4 months ago before he went to jail. So it's very interesting, girl. It is. It really is. And one thing I don't like, I'll do that in the other vlog because I don't want to extend. Let me just not talk about Tiger King right now because I'm gonna get on a roll. I'll talk about it in the other vlog because I know this one's long. I know I've got like quite a few clips. So anyways, I'm gonna piece this vlog out and end this vlog here, and then my next vlog you will see me in the same clothes because it's the same day. Know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. I'm gonna peep out on the corona tip. Oh, I can't say that. Marona, because they're gonna demonetize me. Thanks, YouTube. I'm gonna peep out on the tip, on the C tip, and I don't have it. What am I talking about? I don't know. I need to go. I gotta go. Okay. Peace, love, and chicken grease. Girl, I'm out.